Okay, so we're gonna make a simple sourdough loaf together. I'm gonna do 350 grams of water, and I prefer the Sourdough Whisperer master recipe, and her books are great. Okay, and then I like pink Himalayan sea salt. And then I keep my starter in this little plastic container. As you can see, it is bubbly and has the little web, so it's great. And put some of that in there. I can't remember how much I put in. Let's see, it was 357, so 407. Okay, so I'll do a little bit more. Okay, perfect. And then you can see how it floats, because that's fun. And I usually like to see that it floats. It's not a hard and fast rule, but I do like that it floats because then I know that the starter's active, it's ready to go. And this is also my favorite little spatula for my starter. They came in a pack of 2. I think they're actually like icing spatulas, but they're super easy to clean. And so I use those for my starter. And my Danish dough whisk. I just break up, can you see in here? Can you actually see in here? I like to break up the starter a bit. So I just kind of shake it around, and shake it around. And now I'm gonna hit the tare button on there and get 500 grams of flour. We're just using a strong bread flour today. Got too much. So I just scoop it right back out. Okay, so now stir the little baby around. This is one of my favorite glass bowls that I use. It's a 2.5 liter. You can get like a 2.5 quart bowl. I like the glass because I can see from the side without taking the lid off if there are bubbles forming in the dough as it starts to ferment. And then I also know from using this size how much it's risen, and you get used to looking at the same dough, same height, and be able to learn how to read your dough better when you're using the same size bowl all the time. I'm gonna add a tiny bit more water because there's a lot of flour there that is not being absorbed. And I'm also used to working with higher hydration doughs, so it's okay for me to get it a little bit wet and I'm not worried about it. But I just kind of mash it and swing this around to collect what's on the sides and clean that off. And I'm trying to wet the flour. And then what I usually do is wipe it off with my hand and then just kind of get some of that dry flour basically smashed into the dough ball so that I'm not leaving a bunch of dry flour around the edge of my dough ball. So there we have it. It's ball of dough, and this will rest for an hour and then we'll come back.